Hello everyone, how are you today? Meet again in this channel. Today, we are going to learn about simple routine tasks. Okay, before we discuss about this material, you have to know about the purpose of learning. After you learn about this material, you are expected to be able to, number one, identify activities related to simple routine activities or tasks based on frequency. And then number two, identify social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of oral and written transactional interaction that involve giving and asking for information about simple routine activities or tasks. Then number three, create oral and written transactional text of interaction that involve the act of giving and asking for information about simple routine activities or tasks. Okay. In this material, if we talk about routine activities, so we talk about simple present tense. Now, what is the simple present tense? The simple present tense is a form of tense used to describe something that is happening now at a specific time. The simple present tense is simple to form. You just use the base form of the verb, especially verb 1. For example, if you use the subject I, you, we, they, you have just follow the verb 1 after subject. For example, I take, you take, we take, they take. But if you use subject, he, she, it, so you have to add s or es at the end of the verb. For example, he takes, she takes, it takes. That's simple present tense. Okay, now what is the pattern? Pattern of the simple present tense for verbal, you use the subject plus verb 1 plus object. For example, they play football every Sunday afternoon. She goes to work by public transportation every day. Look at the example number 1. In this sentence, you use the subject, they, so after subject, followed by verb 1 without s or es. And then look at the example number 2. When you use the subject, she, so after subject followed by verb 1 plus es. Okay, now the pattern for nominal. use the subject plus be is am plus adjective or adverb. For example, she is very polite and kind. He is a doctor in the famous hospital. Now, function of simple present tense. Number 1, to express habit. For example, my father wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning. He drinks tea at breakfast. They go to school by foot every day. The sentence show habit. Okay, now look at number 2. To express general truth. For examples, water freezes at 0 degrees. The earth revolves around the sun. The sun rises from the east. Number 3, for repeated actions or unchanging situations. For examples, we catch the bus every morning. I work in Depok. They drive to Monaco every summer. Number 4, to express emotions and feelings. For examples, we worry about his current condition. She feels anxious waiting for her cat to come back. Number 5, to express ownership and logical relationship. For examples, their company has 70 branches all over the world. The laptop belongs to me. And then, to convey opinions and thought. For examples, I think it is better if people use public transportation more often than their personal cars. I agree that that penalty should be reformed. Number 7, to give instruction or directions. For examples, you walk for 200 meters, then you turn left. Or, sit down please. And then the last function of simple present tense, to express fixed arrangements, present or future. For examples, your exam starts at 9 and finish at 12. Okay, now adverb of time. In simple present tense, usually use adverb of time such as always, often, every, each, seldom, never, frequently, usually. How about forming the simple present tense? Look at the affirmative. The sentence show how the simple present tense forming. When you use the subject I, you, we, they, so follow the subject by verb 1 without adding s or es. For example, they go to school, we go to school, I go to school, you go to school. But if you use the subject he, she, it, so follow the subject by verb 1 plus s or es. For example, he goes to school, she goes to school, it goes to school. Now look at the negative form. When you want to make a negative form in the simple present tense, add do plus not after subject, especially if you use the subject I, you, we, they. For example, they do not go to school, we do not go to school, I do not go to school, you do not go to school. But when you use the subject he, she, it in the negative form, adding does plus not after subject. For example, he does not go to school, she does not go to school, it does not go to school. For not, in the negative form, the verb in affirmative adding s or es, but in the negative form back to the verb 1 without s or es. And then interrogative. If you want to make interrogative form, place do in front of the subject. For example, do they go to school? Do we go to school? Do I go to school? Do you go to school? And then place does in front of the subject, like as he, she, it. For example, does he go to school? Does she go to school? Does it go to school? Remember, the verb in interrogative back to verb 1. Because in front of the subject, there is does. Okay, there are rules of using the simple present tense in adding s, es, ies to the end of a verb. What is that? Don't forget, this rule applies if the subject are he, she, it. Okay, number 1. The addition of the suffix s applies to verbs that have the following final letter: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, T, U, V, W, Y. For example, in the verb play, to be plays, jump, jumps, walk, walks, climb, climbs, shoot, shoots, throw, throws, whirl, whirls, bring, brings, run, runs, draw, draws, ride, rides, swim, swims. Okay, number 2. The addition of the es suffix applies to verbs that end in the letter s, o, ch, sa, x, and z. For example, watch, watches, fix, fixes, finish, finishes, kiss, kisses, discuss, discusses, push, pushes, catch, catches, go, goes, do, does, pass, passes, buzz, buzzes, wash, washes. The last, number 3. The addition of the suffix ies applies to verbs that end in the letter y, and before the letter y there are consonants. Then the letter y is changed to ies. For examples, study, studies, fly, flies, cry, cries, fry, fries, story, stories, replay, replies, carry, carries. Okay, that's all about simple routine tasks that using simple present tense. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.